so long getting back to my right mind. I don't wanna be on the ground when the time flies. Had so many friends go, I wonder when it's my time. I live every day like I'll die by the nighttime. It took me so long getting back to my right mind. 5 days straight, no rest, oh well. I don't need no scale. I've been on my, I don't need no help. Always getting money, rains, no sleep. Every day I work my thumb. I don't get to take off. A hater get up. I'm ready like lift off. I never been nowhere, but I'm ready to stay gone. Nothing ever lasts long. I'm always beating the odds. Taking all these trips, I had to go and get a passport. I'm just trying to live. I don't know what deep
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the so-called Silicon Valley. And Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
All right, now, block 80.
Mike is 59. Mike is 59. All day, dog.
On first down, it's Roethlisberger. Dancing to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 36. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, that's tough. You come in here, you dial up that pass play on the first play from scrimmage and get it picked.
And you know, coaches always talk about we prepare for every eventuality. You don't even mention this as a possibility when you dial up that play, right? Instead, they throw a pick, and now they're behind the 8 ball on the road to get things going.
And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Watch the shit. 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. 1, Omaha.
Watch twins.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Garoppolo now. On the screen, this is Coleman. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 13 yards down to the 13.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
21. Here we go. Check.
Now a man who really stepped up last year. This is Matt Breida. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Here we go. Wait, 20. 12. Hey, 2. 6.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
Garoppolo looks to throw. And he will find his receiver, Pettis, for a 49ers touchdown. Dante Pettis, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Robbie Gould on for the extra point. And the 49ers grab a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. On the counter, here's Bell. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 14 for the 2nd play in a row. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They run with a former Jaguar. It's T.J. Yeldon. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Hey, alert. Hey, Delta. Hey.
Lights 59.
You good? Here we go.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. Adrian Colbert, he was right there in coverage.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So remember now, they've had some problems with Assad here that have dogged visiting kickers in the first few years of Levi Stadium. Well, really, any kicker for that matter.
Yeah.
Not sure if that had any effect there, Charles, but that was not the greatest of kicks.
And no, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary on that one. The field looks to be in great shape. He just kind of botched it.
Yeah, I agree. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 34. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. Touchdown, 49ers! Kevin Coleman. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Black 30, whirl! Middle.
Do you tighten up? Let's go. Do you tighten up?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Hey, let's go. Lock it, sir.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. Out of the backfield, it's T.J. Yeldon. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 14-0 to score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Jack 16. Hey, Alpha.
Check 59. Mike is 59.
On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Fred Warner.
Now, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. And the tackle there by Quan Alexander.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Ready? 180. These 2.
Oh, here we go. Oh.
50.
Check 59.
Focus, focus.
59. Mike to 59. Nice, sweetheart.
Black and burn.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 20-yard line.
A reminder coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. T.J. Watt in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
You've called plenty of games in your career. Do you believe in momentum, my man?
I do, and I think we're seeing it right here.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. The run that he's been on, how about that? 3 sacks in a game a week ago, and another one right here. Oh, he's feeling it in a big way.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. On second down, it's Coleman. And not much here as he'll get it to the 11, maybe the 12-yard line. Third down and long.
Here we go. Wait, 80! 12, 12. 21, 21. Here we go. Eleven.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
Here we go. Here we go.
At their own 38-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Watch the run.
A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
The tackle made back at the 37-yard line.
Like 80.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
First down, Steelers.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Now Roethlisberger. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. T.J. Yeldon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have now made this a 1-score game. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Here we go,
so after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
12, fellas, here we go.
They'll keep it on the ground again here. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. It's a run by Coleman to start the third quarter. He finds an opening past the 40, the 40, the 30, 10, touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman, his second touchdown of the afternoon, and the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
18-yard line.
Black 20.
Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
Help out.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know.
Send him west. Hey.
Check 24. Check 24. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Hey, look.
Black, black.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Yeldon. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down.
First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Here we go, here we go,
So
here we go.
first and 10 now from the 30.
White.
Mike's 50, Mike's 50. You can't,
21, 21.
you can't block me. Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. It's been a struggle for him accruing yards in this game passing the football. So there he said, hey, I'm going to try to chuck it deep, but another incompletion.
Has to be a little bit frustrating because of what you just described. It's been a struggle for him here in the second half, hoping for one big shot to get him out of the doldrums.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up the screen. You don't want to throw it too early and have the defense react too quickly. And you definitely don't want to throw it too late. And that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
The Niners on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. And a good rally to the football there as it looks as if they're going to stop him a couple yards shy of the marker. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Last year's NFL leader in field goal percentage, Robbie Gould, on for the Niners field goal. And this a 39-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 22.
Kill. Hey, turn it up.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike is 59. Mike to 59. It's just one more. Kill.
They'll go again with Bell. Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be third down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Now a play fake here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was trying to find his tight end, Chris Herndon. That'll bring up second down.
White 80. Show that bench release and go.
It's on field. It's on field.
Bravo. Take both of them. Let's go.
Here's Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
It's caught by Herndon. Fighting down past the 45 and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
First down.
So again from the 39, this time from the other side of the field. Here's 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Yeldon. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
At the 49ers, 35.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Bring it. Bring it.
Back to the ground, this time with Bell. Gets past one man. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially close.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Malcolm Smith. He's the culprit, causes a loss of 5, and it brings up 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. And quite a bit of pizza in this box. It's a 53-yard attempt. Rudolph. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And an alley to run. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. A big play there for the Niners. 51 yards on the ground. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they got a first down in the red zone.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 50, Mike 50.
12, fellas, here we go. 13.
Shoot. Watch the shoot. SOS.
Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's second down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete.
Here comes
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. That's Vince Williams who gets the sack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves them with a 4th down now.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it? How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that 1st down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jumbo set.
Keep it up, guys. Mike, check. 59. I'm going to run you over.
The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Now, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Roethlisberger now. 5 straight completions here. Now Bell hit. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And across the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, 49ers. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
If the ball gets away from any runner's body, that's when the defense pokes at it, swipes at it, swats at it, and finds a way to create a big play for themselves.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Just like that. Just like that. Mike spot 4. Alert. Mike spot 4.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Keeps himself upright. But in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. D Ford, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. To try again after the sack, Roethlisberger going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Here we go. 13.
Hey, check Mike 50. Mike is a 50. Check Mike 50. Time to go. Night. Go Mike 50. Mike 50. Defense, win.
Hey, gun.
Hey.
Lock.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, a 22. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Watch the
21.
Garoppolo on the draw to Coleman. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Here we go. 180.
50. Mike's 50. Quarterback, don't get nervous now.
They will run again with Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Cordray Tankersley on the stop defensively. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
Here we go.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball. Smooth. He's coming.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. T.J. Watt, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
180.
56, right there. 56. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now T.J. Yeldon. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Steelers on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 14.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
No spacing.
Here we go. 59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59. Pick me up.
Out.
Mike, check.
Black and turn.
Roethlisberger. And they get to him with a pressure as Roethlisberger goes down. Malcolm Smith in there to record another sack, and that is now 6 on the afternoon for this defensive unit. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. On the return is Pettis. Look at the dance and the juke. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. He's crashing.
They begin the drive with Coleman. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game.
Here we go.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
Brings up 3rd down and 16.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better, and that got it done in this one.
So for the 49ers, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.